Hey guys, welcome back to NW1 and the channel. Today I wanted to do a video in response to a question that we received on our Instagram feed through a direct message. And first of all, let me just say that we really appreciate everyone that kind of gets in touch through our Instagram, as it gives us great idea for our content through our YouTube channel and also through our Instagram coffee talks as well. So if you have any questions, then please just keep throwing them through, and usually Twitter and Instagram are usually the best places to reach us on. So the question that we received through Instagram was, do I need to use MyFitnessPal? Which is a fantastic question. And I wanted to just broaden this out to, do I need to track calories? Because it's something that I go on about a lot. It's something that everyone goes on about. As many people have proven, they've achieved great things without tracking calories. Now, the fundamentals of weight loss and fat loss are all the same, but we just achieve them in different ways. So the thing about tracking calories and the use of MyFitnessPal is it's exciting. It is using this device gives you more control and it gives you a greater level of accuracy. However, there are a number of factors where this can sometimes become a bit overwhelming, and some things that you have to take into consideration when deciding whether you want to use MyFitnessPal or track your calories. The first thing you've got to decide is, how good are you with technology? I mean, many of us, we've got such a diverse range of people here, ranging from our juniors at 6 years old all the way up to I think our eldest member is about 66. Are you going to tell me that, although I would say that this individual is very capable here, I cannot fathom telling my grandparents to use MyFitnessPal? It would just go way over their heads and they would not buy into it in any way whatsoever. So how are you with technology? Your working life plays a big role too. What you will find is it is very, very common amongst young people these days to use MyFitnessPal and to track quite accurately. Why? Because simply the biggest thing that they have to achieve that day is to beat their mate on FIFA. Whereas you might have people to lead, you might have things to organise, etc, etc. So leading a hectic lifestyle can significantly dictate whether it is appropriate for you to use MyFitnessPal or not. This goes two ways, one of two ways. Number one, having this hectic life and using MyFitnessPal may be a good way to maintain some control over what is just organised chaos. Or it might be the opposite, whereas it might be just compounding you with another thing to stress about and another thing to worry about. So if that is the case, then it is not appropriate for you to use MyFitnessPal. You've got to also look at your agenda as well. What are you actually trying to achieve? Again, a 21-year-old student probably wants to get buff and lean and healthy and strong, etc, etc, and to get to these lower body fat percentages, it takes a degree of accuracy to get there. It is appropriate in that context to use MyFitnessPal. As I said, if you improve your accuracy, and as I've said before, the more data that we have, the more accurate we can be in our nutritional implementations in terms of strategies, etc, etc. However, if your agenda and if your goal is simply to be a good leader within your family, and if your role is to be, and if your goal is to be healthy, strong, and have some sort of work-life balance, then it's probably not completely 100% necessary. It can help, but not completely necessary. What does your social life look like as well? That's a big thing. Eating out. Do you eat out a lot? Do you and your family value the experience of going out to restaurants, etc, etc? If that is the case, then maybe not. It becomes very difficult to track, not impossible, but difficult to track when you are eating out. So it's, again, something that's not completely necessary. And then finally, and I think this is a big one, are you the cook of the house? Are you completely in control with your food? Do you dictate what your household is eating? If you don't, then it becomes very, very difficult to track, because some days you may not, if you were to track and try and hit your macros, etc., then you may not be able to technically eat that because it might take you over. So in that respect, it leaves you powerless and sometimes kind of potentially going off course. And as human beings, also relating this to the eating out point, we're probably not the best at estimating calories and will generally underestimate. So again, it's just a way of kind of us trying to regain control, but then lacking to do it. So why fight against something in that respect? To finish, this is my message. I believe everyone should track for at least 3 to 7 days in their life, just to create a foundation of awareness of what they're actually doing. Tracking and adding up calories, even if it's just a pain in the arse method of pen and paper and just adding your calories up as you go along. And I've used the expression calories are king before, and I stand by that. However, I would argue, and I'm sure many people out there would agree with me, that that's not completely true. In the context of above and beyond calories, behavioral habits win true. So if we work with a client who is hitting their macros for week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, it still hasn't addressed the fact of, can we let them go? In a context of, if they were to be working with us, would they be able to manage themselves? Do they have the foundation of behavioral habits and healthy behavioral habits to be able to function for themselves? So that is the video. Thank you very much as always for tuning in, and as always, if you feel that this may benefit anyone, then please share it with them. As always, if you could click that like button and subscribe, it is very much appreciated, and I look forward to catching you in the next one.